Welcome back to Pelangi 21. Today I will show you a 2023 Spanish Western drama short film written and directed by Pedro Almodovar titled Strange Way of Life. It stars Ethan Hawke and Pedro Pascal. After 25 years apart, Silva rides a horse across the desert to visit his friend Sheriff Jake. Jake asks the reason for his visit, and Silva answers that his back hurts, so he looks for a doctor in town. Jake invites Silva to his house. They celebrate the meeting by eating and drinking wine, while talking about a brief 2-month affair in Mexico. They then spend the night together. The next morning, Jake knows that Silva lied about looking for a doctor, and tells him that the reason for his trip is not to go down the memory lane of their friendship, but to save his son Joe. Joe killed a woman who was also the wife of Jake's brother. Silva denies it, saying his son is innocent, begging Jake to let his son go. Jake says that all the evidence points to Joe, because people saw a man with a limp. He can't believe Silva rode a horse across the desert to see him, but only to save his son. Silva confesses he really wanted to meet Jake. In the past he even offered for them to live together on a ranch. But Jake couldn't do it because he had to take care of his sick father. They continue to argue, until Jake points a gun at Silva, telling him to leave immediately. Silva rides his horse back to his ranch to warn his son, while Jake follows behind him. They both reminisce about a brief 2-month affair in Mexico. After arriving at the ranch, Silva immediately tells Joe to leave. But before that, Jake confronts them and points a gun at them. Jake and Joe get into a fight over the gun, and Silva stops them. Silva tells Joe to leave, while Jake still points a gun at Joe. Before Jake shoots, Silva shoots Jake first. Silva takes Jake inside and tends to his wounds. Jake is angry with Silva, who shoots him to save his son. Jake wants to leave immediately and is going to charge Silva with attempted murder. But Silva says that no one would understand why his shot missed and he treated his wound. Jake is still angry with him, but Silva tells him to rest. Silva then says that years ago, Jake had asked him what two men can do living on a ranch. Silva answers that they can look after each other, protect each other, and they can keep each other's company. Strange Way of Life, starring two very talented and attractive leading actors. Pedro Pascal and Ethan Hawke are convincing, and the chemistry real enough to make you want more. The dialogue is simple but effective, and the cinematography is good. The story ends just as you are really getting into it. It's so short and it feels truncated when it ends. There are so many things that aren't explored further. Jake's affair with his sister-in-law, their youthful fling, that it feels like the film needs a few more minutes to explain everything. When I reached the ending of the film, it made me ask what happened to the rest of the film. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, and turn on notification.